Welcome to State Television Company Western Armenia broadcast for today. The 20th anniversary of the National Council of Western Armenia. The speech of the Speaker of the Government of Western Armenia. Turkish weapons would not have reached Baku in Turkey had repaid for the genocide. Henry Theriault. Are there no heroes of the 44-day war? Genocide recognition. Current Mirzoyan. Flamingos in the basin of Lake Vana during the winter. Let's support the State Television of Western Armenia. The National Council of Western Armenia invites everyone to participate in the conference dedicated to the 20th anniversary of its establishment. The title of the day is 20th Anniversary of the National Council of Western Armenia. The meeting is scheduled in 2024 on 24 December at 12 o'clock at Paris time, at 15 o'clock Yerevan time. Meeting details, the link, join the Zoom meeting. Meeting ID 86118225385. The meeting will be held in French and English. The National Council of Western Armenia invites you to join this basic event to go back together to the past works done and discuss the future plans of the Council. The 14th December, the Speaker of the Government of Western Armenia, Armine Sahakyan, made a speech on the era of the national TV campaign of Western Armenia. She presented President Mr. Armine Abrahamian's open letter addressed to the Prime Minister of the Republic of Armenia. In the open letter, Mr. President in detail emphasized all the factual events related to the state of Armenia, starting from the massacres carried out by the Turks against the Armenians during the years of 1894 up to 1948, continuing to the occupation of the territories of Maraga and the entire Republic of Artsakh and the extermination and depopulation of the Armenians. Mr. Abrahamian referred to the Treaty of Severus and the important article of the treaty, explaining in detail all the provisions of Article 92. He emphasized that the border of Armenia with Azerbaijan can be determined by mutual consent of the interested states. Mr. President also spoke about the ethnic cleansing of Armenians of Artsakh, territorial human rights and nation rights violations carried out by the Baku government in 2023 on 22 December. He called the actions as a violation of international human rights, which contradicts the principle of nationalities and the respective territories to the condition necessary for economic and political stability. In the open letter, Mr. President highlighted arguments regarding the rights of Armenian Armenians. He recalled the facts about the annexation of Nakhichevan and Artsakh territories belonging to Western Armenia in 1920, which were followed by the forced deportation and massacres of the Armenians, the forced assimilation of some parts of the population, allegedly for the purpose of political integration with Turkey. Speaking of all this, President Abrahamian reminded and emphasized that the occupation, the population of Artsakh territories is directly related to the crimes Turkey has committed against the Armenians since 1894 up to 1948, and the actions are a continuation of those crimes. I give great importance to the criminal responsibility for the genocide. In this case, to act is more important for the people who survived the genocide and to create good conditions for them for their rehabilitation. And Theriault, Vice President for Academic Affairs, Chair of the Department of Philosophy, Worcester State University, mentioned this during the global forum entitled Against the Crime of Genocide. The forum held in Yerevan on 14 December. The groups that carried out the genocide must be punished, and people should be aware that genocide perpetrators are held accountable. If Turkey was forced to pay reparations to Armenia, Turkish weapons could not be used to help Azerbaijan in 2024. It would mean that Turkey would be obliged to provide security guarantees to Armenia by this document, he emphasized. Former Minister of Foreign Affairs of Artsakh, Mirzoyan, talked about the current policy of Armenia. He noted it has an alternative to open new opportunities for the protection of national interests. According to him, the history of Turkey is full of genocide traditions. During the genocide against the Armenians, the leaders of Turkey, President Celal Bayar and Prime Minister Adnan Menderes, were responsible for the cleansing carried out against Armenians and Greeks. Mirzoyan also stressed the need for the continuity of the genocide recognition process. In the course of recent years, Armenian soldiers and their families showed undescribable devotion to protect the motherland. The heroes of the 44-day war in 2020, the Azerbaijani aggression of 2022, and the Artsakh battles of 2023 deserve state honor, but the word hero is almost absent in the official discourse. Instead, allegations of defections or the weakness of the army are often emphasized. This approach is aimed at putting the responsibility of the defeats on the army for the purpose to hide the failures of the state leadership. However, it is clear that the main person responsible for war is the head of the state. The weakness of the army, however, threatens the foundations of statehood. The heroism of the Armenian soldiers should be appreciated at the state level, both as a tribute and as a basis for the creating security for the future. The basin of Lake Vana, which is considered an important stop for migratory birds this year, hosts flamingos from Iran's Lake Urmia. Even the past flamingos left the region in October-November on their way to Africa in recent years due to climate change. Some of them continue to stay in the Lake Van basin even in winter. The basin of Lake Van, with its preserved nature and favorable conditions for birds, continues to be one of the best stops for migratory birds. The television of Western Armenia, being faithful to its principles and viewers, continues its uninterrupted work with new approaches. As we already know, our television does not engage in self-promotion. It mainly broadcasts the history of Western Armenia, the present and the future, with political and other contexts, as well as news that raises various issues. Western Armenia Television recorded one of its most important achievements by launching the Western Armenia Weekly magazine, which is aimed at preserving and popularizing our history, culture, and identity. We also present the political transition of the President of the Republic of Western Armenia, the government, the National Assembly, and other structures in a transparent and accessible manner. Dear compatriots, with your support, the possibilities of our television will be further expanded and strengthened. We are strong together. This was all for today. I wish you a good day. We will meet.